7 years old is special for little Muslims. It's the age where we start introducing them more seriously to prayer. What's not to celebrate? Assalamu alaikum. My name is Taqwa. I'm a journalist and homeschool mom of 3 kids aged 10, 7, and 4 from Montreal. For this video, I wanted to touch on a topic that's not specifically related to homeschooling, but kind of, because it is still related to learning and instilling the love of what you learn. And in this case, it's about prayer. So for both my daughters that are now 10 and 7, we have organized celebration parties. So what are celebration parties? What's the idea behind them, and how to host one without it being too over the top or cost too much money? I'll give you our experience, and I'd love to know about yours as well and what you think about this tradition. So first off, obviously, it's not a tradition, an official tradition. It's not something that it is in our deen. It's really something that we add for fun. So really making the difference between this is a part, like it's not part of the Islamic culture to host a celebration at 7 years old. It's kind of just a birthday party where we do it a bigger birthday party. Because you're 7, we invite friends, because we don't usually invite friends for my kids' birthday parties. We usually just have a little at-home cake, just the family. But for the 7-year-old, we do host friends over and have games and gifts and cake. So the more over-the-top birthday party, if you can say. And honestly, it's been such a beautiful experience for both my kids. And I have, the 2 kids that I've already done celebrations for are girls, but I've been invited to boys' celebration parties too, and they are just as fun. Because I've had a friend say, like, she feels it's a girly thing. I really don't feel like it's a girly thing. I mean, it's literally a celebration of you learning to pray. So you can make it as boy or girl as you want, Anyway, let's go back to the celebration. The idea is to associate religion and prayer to something festive and something fun. However, it doesn't have to be something that costs a lot of money or that is very complicated. So I'll give you a rundown of how we do it. First off, we always get a cake, like a themed cake, and I've had a dilemma of what to put on the cake, like how to decorate it. The first cake I did myself. If I find photos, I'm going to insert them. We had, I believe, prayer beads and prayer mat on it. Just be careful, well, depending on your opinions, but I was not comfortable putting anything like a Kaaba or a Quran. Like, I felt it would be weird to be eating that afterwards. So having a themed cake, and then we invited some friends over, and my daughter got to choose her friends. So we really decided together who she wanted to spend this special day with. So a couple of friends, boys and girls at home. Then when they come, I do a little halaqah for the kids. So I've been looking for a book. So if you know me, I'm all about books. Books are just the easy route to just open up a conversation and start something. So I've been looking for a really good read aloud or a beautiful picture book about prayer. And honestly, I haven't found something amazing yet, because listen to this. There's this amazing book coming out, inshallah, in June. I'm going to insert here the photo. It's not out yet, so I haven't been able to see it or purchase it or use it for my kids. But I feel it's going to be the perfect book, because the other stuff I found are very, here's how you pray, and like a teacher book, like a workbook or something. Not a workbook, you know what I mean. It wasn't a story. We found some things here and there. I read some stuff from here and there, but I really feel like this new book that's coming out, I'm sorry, I forget the names of the authors and everything, but I know the author and the illustrator, and that's why I'm trusting that's going to be amazing. So we start with the book, we discuss it, and I always have this little haraqa with the kids about what does prayer represent, why it's important to pray. I always tell them also the story about how we ended up with having 5 prayers a day instead of 50, and it's always so impressive for them. So we have a little halqa, and then I invite them to decorate their own prayer mat, like a collective prayer mat. At IKEA, they have these roll of papers, huge roll of papers. So they all decorate this enormous paper, collaborative art project, and then they actually pray on it for Dhuhr prayer. So they use it as an actual prayer mat. And then we have lunch. And this year, I actually organized a bingo game. So I'm selling this game on Mieux Enseigner. It's a platform here in Quebec. I'm going to link the information down below if you want to buy the sheets and just print them. Or you can make a bingo game yourself. But honestly, not because I'm trying to sell it, but just buy it because it took me a lot of time. So I created a bingo game with different, images related to our faith. They have to be obviously in different orders. I think I have 11 different sheets. And what's interesting is this is also a prompt for conversations, because sometimes you don't really understand, like, why are we seeing an alarm clock? So this is, for example, to wake up for Fajr. Or maybe the kids can have other ideas, dates. Why do we see dates? It's to break the fast in Ramadan, etc., etc. Why do we see gifts? Like, what can that represent in our faith, etc. So we get to discuss. Some are more obvious than others. The bingo game was such a hit. And you can have little prizes for every kid. They all end up with a little prize anyway, like a little candy or chocolate or something. And then I also found these images. This is on the website Bill Arabia Apps. Everything will be linked down, but I just printed all these images of the steps of wudu, and I kind of hid them around the house. It was a scavenger hunt, and they had to place them in order of wudu. So that was a way to practice wudu as well. So these games were both educational and fun. The kids had a lot of fun. And since I was doing it at home, I really wanted to be entertaining them and really hosting them, because 6 or 7 little 7-year-old, 6-year-old, it can be pretty hectic at home. So it's better to keep them contained. So that was nice. And it was short and sweet. I had them all in all for maybe 3 hours, max 3 hours and a half. And yeah, so for decorations, I also just decorated with some pictures I've had made on Canva. So we have here, welcome to Maryam's celebration. We put this in the entrance. Maryam and 7. We put this close to the cake. We got other butterfly themed decor from the dollar store, and that's it. That was for our decor. So as you see, it could be pretty straightforward, pretty easy and simple, but honestly, it does leave an impact. And I feel like it's not going to be obviously revolutionary. It's not like my daughter now wants to pray all her prayers all the time and is excited to pray all the time, but she was proud. And it was like this moment where she felt like she was growing up, and she chose one prayer to be, practicing more this year. So she chose Salat al-Maghrib, and now she does come for Salat al-Maghrib, and she's more aware of the different prayers as well. I felt it was a really good introduction to Salah, and may Allah make her kids always steadfast on the path of Salah. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Pretty short and sweet, honestly. I just wanted to discuss and put this out there and maybe inspire you to organize your own little celebration for the kids. If you have any ideas, any games you've played, I have one more to go. My little boy, it's gonna be in 2 years, inshallah, so it's gonna be a whole different vibe for a boy, in terms of decor and stuff. So let me know if you have any questions, comments, ideas. Maybe even you don't agree with the concept of celebration. I do know some people don't necessarily agree, so I'd love to hear you on that. And I'll see you soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.